And why do we procrastinate? Hi, I'm Sonia and thanks for watching my video. Procrastination is something so many people report having problems with. Unfortunately, it also seems to be something many of us joke a bit about or take lightly or dismiss as unimportant or relatively unimportant. However, procrastination can rob us really badly. You probably don't need to be told that. Perhaps you'll think I'm being a bit melodramatic, so let me explain why I say that. Now, firstly, if we consider the time lost through procrastinating, we realise just how much time has passed and nothing has changed in that time. That time's gone. We can't turn back the clock. And that can lead to regret, and we certainly don't want to go there. If we can think, if we then go and think about what we could have achieved if we just got on with it, then we can get really frustrated. No one wants to feel like that. Now, secondly, what of the missed opportunities from procrastination? Often when we take a first step towards something, it reveals a new opportunity or a new adventure or a new idea presents itself. But if we didn't leave the house in the first place, that unexpected opportunity won't cross our path. So furthermore, we can't reach our goals and desires and aspirations if we don't take those first steps. So procrastination doesn't seem so unimportant when we realize it can be almost wholly responsible for us missing out on some of our life's dreams. Even worse, if it can get any worse, we can end up making poor decisions because we didn't take action soon enough to gather the information we needed or do the groundwork necessary to make the most informed decision. I know I've been guilty of this. We can end up with say fines or extra costs because we didn't take action by a required deadline. Possibly more seriously though, we can end up damaging our self-esteem and our health. How? When we don't get something done that we needed to or wanted to, we can often feel bad about it. Didn't send your mum's birthday present in the mail early enough for it to arrive in time for her birthday? How does that feel? Not good. Frighteningly, also overlooking getting a health issue checked out, only to find it was serious. And if you checked it out when you first knew about it, it may have been less impactful. That can be pretty serious. So there's no doubt that procrastination is a baddie. So why do we procrastinate? Well, there's actually a lot of different reasons, and they'll vary for different people, and it's kind of complex and quite interesting actually. But one cause, if you check out, sources like Psychology Today, you'll read that procrastination can be caused by issues like anxiety and depression, which, certainly stands to reason. And, procrastination surely then also contributes back to anxiety and depression. And, it becomes kind of a vicious cycle and a downward spiral, unfortunately. So anything we can do to arrest that spiral, that's a good thing. And more on that in a moment. Another explanation is that not everyone's skilled at breaking down large tasks into bite-sized chunks so that they can get into them and tick off those tasks to get towards the bigger task. This has nothing to do with intelligence and capability. It's just a different way people work. You can often get a very highly intelligent person who just, this isn't the way their brain works, so they have that same issue. Unfortunately, today it's worse. In our current times, we have so many more decisions to make. Did you know there's such a thing as decision fatigue? If we find we have to make decisions constantly, we can get to the point where we're so over making decisions that we can ignore some of them just because it hurts our head so much. And, that putting off a decision can lead to something not getting done, obviously, and overwhelm from too many roles and responsibilities. And, we get into a right pickle, don't we? So it can depend also on who's involved. If we put ourselves in a partnership or a relationship or a team where we have different personalities and different responsibilities and conflicting priorities even, and we can, see even more reasons why things get put off. Then, just to top it off, you get things like writer's block, that kind of concept for those creative types, who need to write something or create something or, produce something but just can't get started. There's reasons for that as well. It's, around too much thinking and not enough time in creative mode. It's to do with how the mind works. Sometimes it's simply bad habits. We just get into a habit of doing things in a particular way. Sometimes it's just how we go about things. And then sometimes it's a combination of all these. So what's the answer then? As you may guess, there's no single or necessarily simple answer. However, there are simple actions that we can take that can help tremendously. Some ideas are: now, determine which of the things you procrastinate about that are damaging in some way or not. For example, if you can't get yourself to go out and buy a new lawnmower this weekend because the old one broke down, it probably isn't a matter of life or death if the grass gets a bit long. If you procrastinate about going out to the shops because it's just not really what you feel like doing, that's no real biggie. If, however, you know that the oil in the car is low and really needs to be topped up, that is going to cost big time if it's not dealt with. So that is a higher priority. So with the things that you know you should do and you're procrastinating over, instead of letting them all tumble around in your head and become overwhelming, just do a bit of prioritization and do the thing that is going to have the biggest impact. Also, as another way, work out, if you can, what is leading to the way you procrastinate and seek out help for it. For example, if you've not started putting in your application for say a business financial grant or something like that because you don't know how to do it, then simply ask for help. Find someone who can help you and ask for help. So don't procrastinate because you don't know how to do something. There's always ways to find help. Another thing to do is work out a few different techniques that might work for you and, work for you to get through the areas that you procrastinate in, because different issues will benefit from applying different solutions. For example, it might be, writing up a complete to-do list for today, or maybe it's, critiquing whether that item on your to-do list for today, is that actually necessary? Or is that just a bee in your bonnet? I know I get them. And then one day I'll look at it and I'll go, that doesn't have to be done. So, can you perhaps simplify your expectations? I know I have to work very hard at doing this. For example, if you need the laundry put away, but the pile is so high that you just don't think you're going to have time to pair all those socks and fold all the undies, could you maybe ask the children to do it this particular time? Simple example, but that's the concept, just to make it an easy one to understand. So there's a lot of great ways, of making terrific progress when procrastination has become an issue. And this is one of the areas that we will be addressing in my online course called Love Being You, where, we work on getting the upper hand on improving our confidence and happiness and, achieving more personal success. Because when we can start to overcome procrastination, even a little bit, we can start to feel more confident in our ability and our self-esteem gets a boost. And all this leads to us achieving the personal success we desire. I'd love for you to join us on Love Being You. I'll put the link below so you can register today. Hope to see you there. Take care. Lots of love.